Alright, guys, time to time it's quite necessary to take a look at the price action on Bitcoin itself, because most of the price action which is coming on the entire crypto market is going to be guided by the landlord itself, guys. The Bitcoin price action itself, either to the downside or to the upside. Whatever Bitcoin does, the general market trend and the general market landscape is going to be guided by that, right? So, guys, before I start the content itself, I want to ask you something. Hit that like, go for that subscribe. I'm 100% sure you're going to be gaining a lot of value from this video itself. So without any ado, let's jump on the analysis itself, guys. First, we will be talking about a lot of bearish cases which are potentially forming up. Now, is this a death threat or a death sentence for the entire crypto market? No, guys. Even if Bitcoin comes down, we are traders, we'll always know how to make money in bear markets or bull markets, right? So let's jump onto the content right here, guys. We have the pi cycle indicator, and well, it played out this time as well. I mean, look, this has been working out on all the major macro tops on Bitcoin's price action itself. Well, I think everybody was so not expecting the price action to actually do something like this, but it quite literally happened, right? And the market would generally repeat, the market would generally reverse when most of the people are not expecting that thing to happen. And well, to be honest with you, we had this entire pi cycle top indicator which played out perfectly fine for the previous 3-4 times, playing out again itself. And guys, the price action just shaving back down in a pretty distributive manner right here. But I think that, well, personally, I think that Bitcoin could get into a very long form of consolidation right here. It could take a lot of time, probably the rest of the year, rest of 2021, or maybe early 2022 as well, when we are going to be in a range bound situation. Now, this entire price action could be averted, and we could simply head on to the upside all the way towards 100k, 200k if we take these highs, guys. If we take the previous lower highs, to be honest with you, right here at the 58 to $60,000 levels. Until then, it's going to be a ruckus, guys. This market is going to be just, well, to be honest with you, just trading like crap, and most of the price action is going to be very choppy. So I guess you got to be traders. If you are still in the markets, hats off to you. If you still survived this dump, and if you're still watching these sort of content, hats off to you. Most likely you are going to be staying in these markets for the long haul, which is why you have to be back into that trader's mindset rather than that moon boy mindset, guys. Most of the moon boy mindset and most of the up leg has happened all throughout the crypto market, and most likely, yes, you will get into a long form consolidation where you're going to be trading these ranges, and it's not going to be an easy job to make money in this kind of market environment, guys. Look, you do not confuse brains with bull market. Anybody can make money in the bull market, but the real skill comes out when the market gets into a choppy environment and a range bound situation. This is exactly where traders shine. This is exactly where most of the trading comes into play, and the profit taking happens in the small time frames as well, rather than just waiting for these exponential up leg to happen, guys. I don't think Bitcoin is going to go exponentially to the upside like this, what we saw throughout the, let's just say, end of 2020 and the initial months of 2021 as well. I think we are getting into a long form consolidation. Well, to be honest with you, if the pi cycle indicator has to repeat itself again, yes, we could be looking at some sort of chop. And well, guys, let's talk about this bottom support which is coming from this entire price action, and this one has supported the price action on all of these levels, formulating major macro lows and generational buying opportunities on Bitcoin coming in every single low. This one working as a perfect support in form of a curvature itself. Where is it coming right now, guys? If we do talk about the price action on this trend now, okay, now I do talk about some very weird time frame itself, but if you want to look at the general picture in the long term analysis, guys, any time frame more than weekly time frame could probably help you out, right? Well, now this support is coming on to the 15 to $16,000 levels for Bitcoin, which means that even if we are coming back all the way down towards below 20k, guys, these areas are going to be macro generational buying opportunities. Now, check this one out right here, guys. Why the 10-day time frame is relevant for this entire piece of price action is the 200 simple got tested on the 10-day time frame, guys. Well, it was, to be honest with you, it was on the weekly itself, but the weekly had a little follow back, and the weekly time frame violated the 200 simple to the downside even further. But this one caught the bottom to the T. The 10-day time frame on the 200 moving average just caught the bottom to the and guys, check this out. This is coming in at $10,000. Well, all right. Now there's a website called coinfairvalue.com. You want to head to that website if you want to get some reality checks into your cryptocurrency holding itself. Guys, the fair value of Bitcoin according to the PE ratio stands at $10,000, man. Believe it or not, this entire price action up move is overextension in the market, to be honest with you. Well, doesn't mean that the markets can't just simply roll to the upside. If your fair evaluation stands literally 6x below the all-time high, the markets can certainly overextend, guys. This was so much emotionally driven and so much FOMO driven rally to the upside, which is why we are looking at a long form of correction right here, guys. And to be honest with you, this price cycle top looks quite similar. The price action looks quite similar to this one right here, which is why, guys, talking about this support coming into fruition would be a far-fetched opinion, as this one is standing in at $15,000 to $10,000 per Bitcoin. That's a huge range, and it's a pretty far-fetched opinion, guys. We're standing at $40,000 right here. To talk about these levels is going to be a far-fetched until we are going to below $20,000. And when would that happen? Once we start taking below $30,000 levels per Bitcoin, most likely you will come down to $20,000 Bitcoin back again. No matter how bearish that sounds, it most likely will happen. Now, well, guys, let's jump on to the next piece of analysis. We have the SuperGuppy indicator. Now, this one has been the super trend indicator and the decider. Well, trading view is quite laggy, as there's a lot of information going on in this single indicator right here with the price action itself. Now, we're putting this one on the 3-day time frame itself, and guys, you can see the general trend being guided by this entire guppy being into a positive slope, guys. Most of the moving averages right here are in a positive slope, and well, these things decide the strength of your trend as a whole. The exponential wave which happened in the previous bull cycle was entirely narrated by the SuperGuppy, guys. And check this one out. We've not had this happen one single time, but every single exponential run on Bitcoin price action itself has been guided by SuperGuppy. And guys, well, it was not different this time as well. Most of the moving averages on the Guppy itself are inclined towards the upside, and these moving averages are Fibonacci numbers, I guess. Well, I don't have my research done on the moving averages which are sorted out for this indicator right here, but it looks to me like they're working pretty fine, and it looks to me like it is pretty nice to determine your general trend in the market itself. Now, well, if we really want to compare the Guppy indicator from this entire piece of price action, which I think is quite relevant, guys, I think if you want to go for that little fractal squirrel analysis, I think this one right here is something which is relevant to the current price action, right? Now, we did have some overthrow happening below the Guppy itself, but they got bought back up immediately, and they started trending above this blue one right here. And well, the second phase of the exponential move started happening after a long form of consolidation, guys. And well, to be honest with you, this down move right here was for about 80%. There was quite a bit. This is why, in terms of a general price action structure, can't really compare this one. But in terms of how the market is behaving and how the emotions are playing throughout, guys, this second wave, to be honest with you, was completely FOMO driven. And well, so many people during this peak right here had heard about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies doing something crazy all throughout the time, which is why this kind of price action came into fruition right after the breakout from the previous all-time high, as most of the people were sitting in the sidelines. They just hopped on into the trend, guys. Well, the price action is testing all of these levels right here, onto these levels, right? Well, to be honest with you, this blue line right here being your ultimate support stands in at $25,000 per Bitcoin. We got quite close to this one, but we got picked up with beauty onto the $30,000 levels. But guys, I think you can't really determine some price action targets or bottom or top targets from the Guppy indicator itself. Guppy indicator is just to give you an insight as to how the waves are trending, how the market cycles are trending right now. And it looks to me like we are fading this momentum right here, guys. This one is getting into a gray zone, and if we are unable to close above the Guppy back again, above the bottom support of the Guppy back again, guys, most likely they will cross back to the downside, and we could be looking at that pi cycle indicator coming into fruition and those $20,000 levels Bitcoin coming to reality again. All right. To be honest with you, I don't think it's a likely scenario as of now, because the reaction which came from the $30,000 levels was was crazy, guys. Was just excellent reaction coming from $30,000 levels. We are up crazily. We are up about, let's just say, guys, 36% of the upside coming from $30,000 levels, which kinds of gives a lot of hints toward the fact that how macro accumulation, how macro funds are coming into Bitcoin right at the 30k dollar levels. Once you start trending below that one, I think the future is going to look a little bleak for Bitcoin, guys, to be honest with you, right? But we are traders, not to forget, we are not here to have any asset FOMO, or we are not here to, like, guys, we are here for objective. We are here with a plan. If we don't have a plan, we are gonna get wrecked, right? We are simply gonna get wrecked, and all the gains that we made throughout this cycle right here are just gonna be given back into the market, and we don't want that to happen, guys. Which is why I constantly talk about how having goals, having plans, and having objectives in these markets is very important. If you are in it blindly betting the price action, you're gonna just simply give all your money to the market, and you don't want to have that thing happen to yourself, because once you go into that zero state, it's very difficult to come back, guys. It's very difficult to come back from that one. Holy crap, I've been into these kind of emotional roller coasters so many times that I've completely detached from myself from these markets. But I have an objective right here personally, and I want all of you to also have an objective, guys. Well, to be honest with you, my personal objective is to accumulate more and more Bitcoin, guys. I am a macro BTC maximalist, right? I'm also in a cult. It's called BTC maximalism, guys. Well, I think it's my personal thesis. I think crypto assets, they don't have to be 10,000 or 15,000 amount of crypto assets. Guys, I think if you just keep on scaling Bitcoin itself, most likely Bitcoin and Ethereum will do all of the things in the macro, guys, in the bigger picture, not in the small time frames. But I think it's completely unnecessary to have 10,000 cryptocurrencies and confuse the fuck out of everybody who's participating in these markets, guys. Which is why having an objective just to accumulate more and more Bitcoin is just going to get you through most other things that are coming down the line in this crypto market as well. Alright, guys, let's jump on to the next analysis. We have the DMA, the 350 DMA. Now, all of these moving averages right here are Fibonacci projections of the bull market support, guys. Now, the bull market support, the trading view is crazy right here. I have my system ramped up to I9 and most of the good hardwares that I can get, but trading view is just, man, check this out. It's so laggy. I'm sure all of you would not be able to play PUBG in this kind of ping right here. Alright, what the fuck am I talking about? Guys, now check this one out. This line you see right here, the middle line that you see right here is the bull market support. It's the general bull market support. And most of the people who are comparing the previous bull cycle to the current one, they do have to call for a caution, do have to call for a concern for this entire run. Because, guys, we are currently situating our candles below this bull market support. Now, that calls for a concern, right? That calls for a serious concern, to be honest with you. Why do I say that, guys? Why do I say that? Because if history has to teach us anything, your trend has to be supported. Your exponential trend to the upside has to be supported by this bull market support right here. And guys, we did break below this one, and that called for a concern in the small time frames price action. We went all the way down to 30k, guys, causing a concern, causing a huge sell pressure right below the bull market support right here, guys. Which is why in the coming days and the weeks, you have to be very vigilant onto the $50,000 levels. Most likely we're going to be coming back to the $50,000 levels, and we will reject those price points in the first and the foremost pass, guys. In the first and the foremost pass, if we are able to situate our trend back above the $50,000 levels, the trend is back again, and Bitcoin will most likely take away these $60,000 distribution levels, and we're going to be heading towards the upside back again, guys, heading all the way towards this upper projection, currently standing in at $140,000 per Bitcoin, right? Well, guys, I did pinpoint some key areas of inflection happening on this one. See, check this one out right here. This blue projection right here, we failed from this bull market support. We went below the blue, and we were in a distribution phase, guys. We went down exponentially, and we hovered to the sideways for a very long time before making our exponential move to the upside, right? Now, similarly right here, we just went below this blue trending line support and below the bull market support, and your trend was to the downside for a very long time before starting this bull run again eventually, right? Now, back again onto the 2018 price action right here. We left this bull market support, and we left this blue moving average projection right here, and then your trend started going to the upside before the ultimate capitulation happened all the way towards $3,000 per Bitcoin, and we started moving to the upside again, guys. Now, this one was not really significant, but a similar piece of price action structure happening, right? Now, this is we are looking at this again, right? This is why, guys, I think it's going to be really difficult making money without brains conditions in this market, guys. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. You're getting back into a extreme choppy environment, and this is where most of the trading skills are going to shine. If you know how to trade, if you know how to, well, let's just say, capitalize on these swings in the small time frames or the higher time frames, you are most likely going to get wrecked. Most likely you're going to get wrecked, guys. You have to have a plan henceforth. If you have not had a plan, you got your punishment right here, which is why you have to have a plan if you want to stick to these crypto markets, guys. I've been making well, to be honest with you, I should not brag or boast about it, but guys, I do this for my living. I trade crypto markets for my living, right? So I know how these things feel like onto any situations, onto any conditions, guys. This exponential move has come to a halt, has come to a rest, and you have to educate yourself more and more if you want to follow through throughout this bull run in the coming days and the months as well. You have to be educated about these markets. If you are not educated and you don't have a plan, yep, you know the drill, guys. REKT, right? Alright, guys, let's jump on to the next analysis right here. We have some. Okay, now, a lot of bearish stuff has happened, and I have talked about a lot of bearish things which are probably coming to fruition down the line. But, guys, let's talk about the bullish stuff. Let's talk about the potential good things which are likely to come, right? Now, this right here is the hash rate ribbon, guys, the Bitcoin network hash rate. And this has been pretty confusing. Okay, to be honest with you, this has been not as clear as how it used to be in the previous, in the good old days, right here, guys. You can see how much confusion, what amount of confusion we're dealing with the hash ribbon itself. But that does not mean that we can't draw any conclusion out of it, guys. What essentially this means is that, well, okay, excuse me, I'm going through some hiccups right here. Motherfucking hiccups. Okay. Okay, guys, now these hash ribbons are your general buy signals and your sell signals as well. Why do I say of that? Guys, this capitulation, this COVID capitulation, you had your early indicator in the hash ribbon right here, and after that you went down. Well, to be honest with you guys, this one corrected back again, and this entire region was considered as macro bearish top. And your further continuation, the price action started happening from this bullish cross right here, right? And guys, eventually every single time you get accumulated alongside this hash ribbon, and when you go for that buy signal, you run to the upside. Holy shit, am I gonna be going through this hiccup cycle, man? Holy crap, this is really embarrassing. This is really embarrassing. I really wanted to go through this entire long-term Bitcoin trend analysis without any hiccups, I guess. Whew. Okay, all right. Back into the hash ribbon, guys. So you can see every single time you get these buy signals, they are your trend confirmation signal, guys. They are your trend getting back into the track kind of confirmation going on, right? Similarly, you are dealing with something like this back again right here, guys. This one gave a perfect sell signal with the hash ribbons right here onto these price points, standing in at $56,000 levels for Bitcoin. And after that, we did came back down all the way towards $30,000 levels, got picked up. And guys, essentially this reaction coming from this area of $30,000 levels of Bitcoin is looking amazing as of now. It's looking very nice. Whereas you are kind of thrusting towards a buy signal, a buy indicator happening on the hash ribbons, right? Which is why, guys, I think you got to keep an eye on this indicator as a whole, as this decides your trend. You can see right here when you got that buy signal happening, this one went to the upside. Alright, now here comes the difference. The context of this cycle, the context of this price action was certainly different from this one right here, as we got distributed to the downside from this price point, and we were in a continuation trend to the upside onto this price point, onto this price action right here, which is why something could be different. But nevertheless, we can't deny the fact that this buy signal would have some implications happening onto the price action, and most likely in the small time frames, we could trend to the upside and test those $50,000 levels and eventually make our own decisions, guys. Again and again, you can see the relevancy of $50,000 levels, guys. It's very important. $50,000 levels of Bitcoin is the area to reclaim. If you're not able to reclaim that in the coming weeks, guys, most likely, yes, you had your mid to long time frame tops on Bitcoin happening on the $60,000 levels, right? And we could be trending down and coming back down all the way towards 20k, guys, all the way towards 20k. Although there is a lot of on-chain data which suggests the fact that we are probably not going below 30k, guys. If we do go below 30k, it's not going to be that pretty. It's not going to be pretty for the entire crypto market, to be honest with you. Guys, let's stick to the data and let's stick to the on-chain analysis that suggests that we have bottomed out on $30,000 levels. We can come back down all the way towards 35k, 32k. But guys, violating 30k back again would mean serious trouble for Bitcoin, right? All right. Now the hash ribbons is something that you got to keep in your brace, guys. And check this one out. You have to have this indicator up your charts in this week and the coming days as well. At least for some time. Right? All right, guys. Let's jump on to the next analysis right here. We have some bullish hopium right here, guys. On the right side, we have this COVID capitulation price action. On the left side, we have the reset capitulation price action happening on Bitcoin itself, right? Now you can see how these lows which get formulated after the capitulation takes place are your point of no return, guys. Point of no return, right? Point of no return. Basically, the price action never gets to these price points again. It just simply keeps on drifting away, and the demands keep on increasing when we come to these price points. And well, we keep on setting in lows which are higher than your previous lows, and eventually breaking above this trend line, and well, just going to the upside, right? Trending to the upside, testing some key levels on to the coming days, right? Guys, this is exactly what happened in the previous COVID capitulation. If you are just comparing the fractal, if you're just comparing the price action right here, we simply drifted away just like that. We just simply just set in higher lows again and again and again, and we just simply went to the upside. And guys, when we broke this trend to the upside, there was a lot of conviction in the price action itself, and these areas were your point of no return, guys. You see these small circles going on onto these levels. The prices never got back to these levels. Never again, right? And well, Bitcoin's price action just simply went to the upside and left a lot of people sitting in the sidelines, So it just brings me on to a conclusion that you can start speculating on the price action or potentially taking some long-term position on Bitcoin, guys, preferably without any leverage. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your own money, guys. You are smart enough to make your own decision. Now, if you've been following up with the content from this channel, most likely you have built up a good mindset against these assets, and most likely you are not FOMOing anymore. And holy crap, if you are still in these markets, if you still survived all of this dump happening throughout, you are here to stay, man. You're fucking here to stay, man or woman or whoever is watching this content right here, guys. Well, apparently there are just 0.9% females watching the content coming from the channel. Well, it's obvious, guys, but I think all of you guys who are watching, all of the males who are watching this watching this video, share this goddamn channel with all of your female friends so that we can get that little balance up on this channel as well, right? Alright, guys. What a stupid annoying thing to stare at, guys, but you do get the point right here. These areas are getting point of no returns when the price action does something like that, right? Well, the magnitude of this bounce was severe. I don't think we had this kind of bounce right here, guys. We had a 40% retracement all the way towards this mean resistance line right here, but for this one right here, we had a 100% up move, guys, signaling a lot of potential upthrust down the line right now, which means that, guys, in this let's just say in the coming days we break out of this trend line right here, most likely you will come back down onto these levels at $51,000 levels, $50,000 to $51,000 levels, and they are going to be your key areas of interest, guys. If we are unable to close daily and weekly candles in a trending basis above the 50k levels, guys, I think this fractal analysis right here will go to shit, and most likely we're going to come back down again and chop in this range for a very long time. So far, so good. These bottoms have been good speculative entries, guys. To be honest with you, right now, these are good potential entry, and the market is completely fearful, which means opportunities on Bitcoin price action itself, right? Do take your chances on these levels, I guess. I mean, these are clear buy signals. Once we tick below these lows again, once we start closing 4-hour candles below this wick right here at $38,000 levels, guys, this trend is going to look like shit, and this fractal squirrel analysis right here, fractal comparison, will look like shit as well, guys, as well. To be honest with you, if the history has to repeat, the price action should tell you a lot of things in the coming days, right? And these are good speculative entries, guys. They're just simply good speculative entries. Now, okay, let's talk about a little risk management as well. If you are speculating on these bottoms, for me personally, if I were to trade these bottoms and I were to take some long-term positions on Bitcoin, I would be very vigilant on these levels, guys. If the price does violate these levels on a 4-hour closing basis onto the $38,000 levels, guys, I would be very skeptical as to this entire fractal analysis being real as a whole, guys, because if anything, these lows are supposed to be higher and higher, higher and higher, again and again, which is why you would see that pattern formulating in front of your eyes. Something which I keep on talking about, guys. You go for that dump right here, and this is the price action pulling away from you kind of situation, right? This is what happens. All of your lows, all of your speculative lows are turning into higher lows again and again, and the price action just swiftly drifts away from you, right? Something like that could happen. Something like that could happen, which is why if we invalidate this low right here, guys, this trend could look like shit back again. All right, guys, do we have anything else to talk about in this video? All right, not much, but you know this chart right here, guys. I've been pinpointing all of these supports and resistance areas ever since we broke out of this range right here. And to be honest with you, I never thought that we're gonna come back down onto these levels, but we did, guys. But we did. Really tells a lot of things about crypto market, guys. Emotional fucking roller coaster ride, man. This piece of price action right here is just emotionally driven, guys. This price range right here was holy crap, man. Holy crap, was so many people blindsided, guys. Okay, I'm going to be very honest. Even I was blindsided about the fact that how down we could go in crypto markets and how what amount of leverage exposure can people go for in these crypto markets, guys. Basically, you can long a sizable entry onto Bitcoin with a pretty less amount of capital. And if you nail that one on 100x leverage, guys, most likely most likely that position is going to pay you like crazy, right? Lot of people after this institutional selling interest got over, guys. Well, me personally, I did not put a lot of content onto this channel when we were trading on these levels, but guys, this is one of the levels which I was looking at with a lot of interest, with a lot of, let's just say, guys, I was staring at these charts like an owl when the price action was trying to break away from these price points, because, guys, this was your institutional exit point, right? Major selling interest happening onto these price points, major, for 3 years. And once you start breaking above this price point and started closing series of 3-day candles above this one, was a clear indicator that we're going to be testing the all-time highs again. And after that, guys, this was history right here. I did not expect BTC to go to 60k this fast, but like I said, you can simply underestimate the stupidity and the craziness in this market, right? Guys, time has come to educate yourself and stick to this channel, stick to the content, because there is a lot of educational content which is going to come out, guys. Most likely, there is... to be honest with you, I'm working on crypto market psychology videos. I'm working on crypto market trading analysis in general, and those courses will be probably up on Udemy or Teachable.com pretty soon. For the time being, just stick around this channel and try to understand the perspective and the mindset which I keep on talking about, guys, so that you can laugh all the way throughout these dumps and watch this price action with utmost interest and see for yourself how the market behaves, guys. This one, well, crypto markets are fucking crazy, man. These markets are just damn crazy, right? Overreaction to the upside, overreaction to the downside. These markets are going to be roller coasters every single time, guys. Well, for the time being, it looks to me like we're going to be very choppy around these price points, right? Alright, guys, I think this is the perfect time to close this video up, and in the coming days I'll be talking about a lot of long-term trends happening on Ethereum and Monero and, well, Litecoin as well. So, guys, I'm going to catch you all in the next one pretty soon. Bye for now.